Yo, 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 we're back. We're back for the second time today, actually, and that's pretty dope. Of a fresh
Yeah.
episode of Talking Game. I'm your host, Anthony LT King, Yellow Tape King, Tony. Whatever you call me, lets me know what I was on when you was fucking with me. We are back with my boy, my homie, Deuce Prince. What's up, man?
Nothing too much, man. Having a great night. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. The voice of the Who's. Um, First of all, congratulations on your new job with Sports Nation. I don't want to
So
say
SB Nation.
SB Nation. You know what I'm saying? Uh you want to tell people what you'll be doing with them?
Absolutely. So I am joining SB Nation. You probably know them from Secret Base, their YouTube channel, and their awesome documentaries. John Boys, formerly Kofi, all those guys on their sports blog side on the internet. They have specific sites for each school, and I'll be joining the UVA site as a contributor for that as a writer.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. That's how it starts. And then next thing you know, you're on the field getting the strays from a Gatorade bag. You
I
know,
was going to say,
you're like, how am I a part of this? But that's great, man. Congratulations. I love everything that you do. You've been doing, you're growing. Yeah, I love it, bro. I love it.
thank
Uh,
you so much, man. I appreciate it.
I want to ask you something because you are Mr. UVA.
Yes.
What is your Mount Rushmore of Virginia Cavalier football players?
Okay, so Tiki and Rondé are both on there.
Okay.
Both Barbers are on there. I think you have to put Herman Moore on there, our great wide receiver from the late 80s and early 90s. You probably know him from
Lions, yeah.
the first good Lions teams in a really long time. And then I would say probably Matt Schaub.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I'm
Matt Schaub was one of the first UVA quarterbacks to have like legit Heisman buzz. Uh,
okay.
Sean Moore, Herman's brother, was a great quarterback at Virginia, but Matt Schaub really did light the world on fire for Virginia and did a really good job. So yeah, I feel pretty confident in Herman Moore, the Barbers, and Matt Schaub.
That's not bad at all. Yeah. Um Transfer portal. I haven't really been paying attention. Has the transfer portal hit UVA as bad as some of these other schools?
We haven't been gutted in the way that a lot of schools have. We've lost a lot of guys that were rotational players. So we've had guys that are leaving because they got their undergrad from UVA. They want to get a little bit more playing time if they want to go to a G5 or an FCS school. Fair amount of those guys, and hey, hats off to them. Like that's the right way to do the transfer portal,
Yeah.
if there is a right way. And on the plus side, we've started to get into the additions. So we just added Peyton Lewis from Tennessee. He was the number one running back in the state of Virginia when he was coming out of high school, and we were able to get him back to the Commonwealth. We just added a great edge from Baylor, and then we are returning almost our entire offensive and defensive lines.
And we all know college football is definitely one in the trenches. So that is huge. Being able to
You know, as a Miami fan just as well as I do as a UVA fan, man. The trenches are where these games are won and lost.
this is a fact. Um, you know, it's funny you say a right way, or if there is a right way to do the transfer portal. I don't know the answer to that. But I think this week I've seen the most egregious transfer there can be. And that's
Are
with the
you, are
wide
you,
receiver going from Texas to Oklahoma.
I thought you were gonna say the guy who just left Washington after signing a contract to
Well,
stay.
well, that's crazy. Like, like on the business level, yeah, that's wild to even think about doing. But just for rivalry's sake,
He
you
must he must really want to stick it to the staff at Texas, because that's not done lightly.
yeah, that is crazy. And to think he was Arch Manning's roommate.
It really be your own people. You know
It
that?
be your own people. It be your own people. He was sitting there the whole time, just plotting.
And it's not like there was a coaching staff change or one
No,
team was especially good or he was struggling for playing time as far as I know. Like both teams, Oklahoma made the playoffs. Texas, the media machine almost got them in after
it
the
was close.
Texas A&M win.
It was
Like
close.
it's not like he was on some like
Yeah,
meh G5. He was at Texas.
yeah. It's not like he was at Baylor. Pow, pow. Shots fired.
The
But
the, the egregiousness.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's when I saw that, I was like, okay, we gotta stop. Now I've had enough. You
Yeah.
know, the 4,500 players, whatever. But when you start doing stuff like that, let's cut it out.
Yeah, no, not good. I wouldn't even feel great about it if I was an Oklahoma fan. I'd be like, I guess, yeah, he's a good player. Like,
And man, when in baseball, like when Red Sox become Yankees, they got about 90 days before I believe they're not a double agent.
right,
You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. You got like 90 days. You know, like even and he wasn't a Red Sox, but even like Josh Donaldson, I thought he was a double agent for the Yankees.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
mean,
like
what do we call it? The Johnny Damon threshold? At what point do you have to cross that over? The Rob
yeah,
Refsnyder
yeah, for sure.
threshold?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I will definitely call it the John Damon. But hold on, wait. I had another UVA question for you. Um, right now, I know it's so much to do. Did you see Nan Lanning's like plan for how to like fix college playoffs?
I did not.
Okay, so his plan was no bye weeks.
I'm on board with
It
that.
pretty much goes NFL schedule.
Yeah.
Like right after the conference championship games, you go to the first week, and he was like, you basically move the season up to do
Yeah.
that, and then you go every Saturday. There's games.
Yep.
It was like basically NFL give us Saturdays back and stop having games on Saturdays and make it for the kids. And then
Yeah.
the season's over January 1, and then the transfer portal opens January 1, and everybody can do what they got to do.
I think that makes the most sense. I mean, from a practical perspective, imagine trying to transfer after the national championship on the 19th. The spring semester is already started and you're trying to bring credits over in the middle of a semester. Like I pray for the academic advisors at colleges right now because they are
Oh
probably
God.
dealing with it at another level. Like, you know, I saw my brother transfer schools in his undergrad process, and it was the most insane process I've ever seen in my life.
Really? And that's the little stuff that no one thinks about, no one cares about.
Yeah.
No one talks about is like the stress on the school outside of the sport. I like the idea of that because then you avoid the running back from Oregon transferring right now in the midst of a title run.
Yeah.
That's
And a
crazy.
month off is not good for a football team. Like,
No, and I mean
you,
we're seeing it, right?
oh, yeah.
We're seeing it. Like what's this 1-7
Yeah, it's
with the
one
bye
in
week?
seven, and Indiana is the one school that broke the mold. And that's just Indiana.
Shout out to Indiana, man. They are prohibited favorites to win it, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, a month off is bad. You can't simulate those things. You can't simulate game speed. You basically like you think about it. You go through this long, grueling season and say, "Hey, next week is training camp."
Yeah.
You know, to play, and it's training camp until you play the biggest game of your life.
You start basically a second season. And, you know, once you get into that fall camp mode, you're living for week one to get out of camp mode. And then you're in the rhythm and you're in the routine. And then all of a sudden you have to get out of that routine and then get right back in it. I just think that spells disaster for a lot of teams just because you need that pace and that rhythm for a 300 person organization that is a college football team.
This is a fact. Uh Well, I'm glad in a sense. I'm glad my Hurricanes got it. Do you feel like expansion is needed? Because I feel like they're going to use the amount of time off as an excuse to add more teams.
I think if we went to 16, I'd be all right with it. If they went 16 and eliminated bye weeks, I think that's a decent compromise because more college football playoff games are more TV product to put out there. The networks are going to want it. More teams want in. Um, I think the ultimate a max should be 24, like the FCS does. You know, if you watch the FCS national championship, that game was awesome, and that game ended basically right on that calendar time we were talking about, just a couple days after New Year's. And
Yeah.
great football game, and the FCS playoffs are a ton of fun to watch. So I don't think it would be the same. It would be obviously be a bigger product, but I think the FCS playoff model is fine, even with 24.
See, my problem with 20. I don't even like 12. I don't. I don't. I like that it was an exclusive club of players. Like I mean, of teams. Like
Yeah,
you had to be an elite team this year. And once you start going past, like even when you go beyond 12, right? We're
yeah,
going into, hey guys, you lost already. Like Ole
right.
Miss wouldn't have made the 14 playoffs because you already lost to Georgia.
I hated the 14 playoff because I think 12 and 16 are the good number because you get as many good teams as you can get in right before you start to see a bit of a drop off.
Yeah,
4 was way too limited because not only did you have to be a good team, you had to be a good team with a ESPN friendly sticker on your helmet,
yeah,
like, the 2016 Western Michigan Broncos that went undefeated, or the 2017 UCF Golden Knights. Like, those teams should at least have their shot to be represented in there. And you know what? I don't think anyone's expecting one to run all the way through, but if you win every game in your schedule, you should have a shot.
Well, Deuce, can I interest you in 6?
6 is a little too small. I think there's too many political shenanigans because like the way the sport's trending right now, they would make it just Big Ten and SEC.
Now that is a problem, but that's why you put things in place, right?
Yeah,
If you go 6, every Power 4 champion has to get in because you have it. Well, the problem was when Florida State didn't make it, right?
right.
So that was the thing. But that would have made sure all Power 5 got in. And then you can put in the UCF, the Western Michigan team,
Yeah,
right? You award the first 2 teams, the 1 and 2 seed, they get a bye because
yeah,
they just played a grueling season and a conference championship game. And then you just keep rolling after that, but you don't skip weeks. Only
yeah.
the
That's
season.
true. I hope we don't overcorrect for the problems of this era
What up? What up?
because I do think we are in a kind of golden age of college football. Like the past 2 seasons with a 12-team playoff have been the most chaotic we've seen since 2007. And I think if we just iron out the transfer portal issues, if we iron out some of the NIL issues, the way the sport's currently structured right now, we're seeing a lot of interesting shifts and names that we haven't seen in a while, like say a Miami, or names we haven't seen ever, like Indiana or Virginia. Like there's a lot of space for different types of schools, and shoot, the big names are still in the dance. They're still competing. They're still playing. So I think this is. We'll look back on 20 years from now and say this was actually a really fun era of college football.
I will say this year has made me like it more because
Mm.
last year I was like, it's going to be bad football. And it was bad football. Like that
Yeah.
first round last year was, please take it back to 4. I'd rather it just be, 2
Yep.
semifinals and a final before I see any more of this bad football. But this year, we've had close games outside of Alabama. Jesus.
Man, Ole Miss, Georgia, an Ali Foreman
Yeah,
type of game.
that was amazing.
well, like that's one that will be remembered. And then shoot, even Indiana boat racing Alabama, just for the interest of seeing Indiana do that to that
Yeah,
Alabama team.
yeah,
Like I watched pretty much the majority of it.
yeah. This is
So
true. It's the
and
Rose
then
Bowl, man. Anybody can play the Rose Bowl. I'm watching the Rose Bowl.
and then Miami, Ohio State, people kind of call that like a BTA game, but at the same time, that was a good game. Like they weren't out of it for like the whole second half. Like it was a good game.
Yeah. Um. Do you? God, no doubt the parity for college football is great for the sport. I could not imagine a 10th ranked team competing for a chip prior to NIL. Now that is true.
Yeah.
And I do feel like that is a good reason to expand more than anything is with transferring and parity, we can get that run from the 12 teams. Think the 12 teams would have been Notre Dame if we
Yeah.
just went by the rankings, right? And who says they couldn't have been in the national championship game? I
And
just Like I said, I just think about the exclusive club of 4 or 6. Like you guys were
yeah.
very dominant in the season. But I get what you're saying though, Deuce, because I'd be damned if ESPN is not looking for a soap opera attached to football.
Right. And in the same way that the New York Knicks and the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics need the Charlotte Hornets and they need the Orlando Magic, Alabama needs Mississippi State to play against. Ohio State needs Indiana to play against. And Ohio State, they'll be in it every single year. But even if this is all it is for Indiana, just these 2 years, people in Bloomington are going to talk about that for 60 years.
This is the first time ever.
People in Charlottesville are going to be talking about this Virginia season for decades.
The
The
greatest
fact that
Virginia
we were
season
in
ever.
the conversation. So like the even the biggest brands need those other schools to play against. And shoot, man, you throw us a bone every 30 years, we'll be happy.
Yeah. You as a Virginia, like now, so this year with Virginia, you didn't have as many like expectations, right? Like what you was probably like 8-4, 9-3, we'll be happy, right?
I was expecting 7-5. I was hoping for 8-4.
Okay. Has that changed now for you?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard not to. I've tried to be measured about it, but I think I have too much evidence on the side of, I think we are going to be a 9-win team. I think we are going to be an 8-win team. I don't think 11 might
Agreed.
happen again. Like I'm
Yeah.
realistic about it, but shoot, man, people are seeing now that we've got a great football coach. We've got a great town in Charlottesville. People are starting to see us as a bit of a football school. And so I do think the outlook has changed because we kind of broke through this year.
Yeah. And that's just great for the ACC. That's what I want next year. My New Year's resolution. Oh, let me get to this comment real quick. 16 team playoff would be easy transition. Just drop the bye week to the top ranked teams. The bye doesn't seem to be an advantage. I agree. And instead of the bye week, everybody play like all the top 8 teams play at home. You
Yeah,
give everybody another like home game and a playoff home game. Like I think
you can
that's dope.
do maybe two Friday night games, and then you can do 6 Saturday games, or throw something else weird into there. Like I don't
Yeah,
think you'd be
Sunday.
clogging up the TV schedule too much either.
Yeah, do like a Sunday game.
Yeah,
Kind of take like the NFL motto. I don't know if you can do a Sunday game in December. So you might have to do like a Thursday game.
I wouldn't hate that. I mean, those couple days are still they'll always throw off a schedule. I mean, from the NFL when teams play a Thursday or Monday
Or
game,
a
it's a little
Friday
bit
game.
different. But yeah, I mean, I think that would be great if we got 3 straight days of playoff football.
Or a softball tournament in law school. Excellent time. The bars just off campus are nice. Hey, shout out to No Doubt, man.
Shut
Uh,
up, man. Charlottesville's a wonderful town. And even all the guys that came on visits in the portal were like, man, Charlottesville's actually really nice.
yeah, yeah, man. I feel you on the expectations. And the one thing that I will want, like I want to see is preseason polls because
Ooh,
at some point, right? Like, especially like you said, you guys are returning an offensive line, defensive line of an 11-win team, right? You're bringing back a lot of your starters. You went and got a running back in the portal. You went and got an edge in the portal. We're going to see, like, at some point, the ACC got to start getting some respect.
You almost kind of want to continue to lay low.
But you can't. You can't after winning 11 games.
Right. We can't now. Like it's the Rex Ryan quote. The place to be is where expectations are high. So, I expect us to be probably maybe fourth or fifth in the conference poll. I think that's probably a fair ranking for us right now because Clemson's been really active in the portal. Miami's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They're always going to give UNC and Florida State way too much credit.
UNC, until they show something, UNC should be at the bottom.
They might be the fourth best ACC team in North Carolina.
Yeah. Because
Duke
Wake
ACC title.
Oh, yeah, Duke, Wake, NC State. Yeah. They went. Man, the only game they won in North Carolina was against Charlotte.
Yeah, but also I don't want to get too over my skis because the UNC Virginia game was an absolute cluster. You know what?
It was a dogfight. Yeah, y'all somehow. But honestly, I think that's going to be interesting to see what you guys is. Are you going to take care of business next year?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to like play with your food, or are you guys coming in to dominate to take that next step?
Yeah.
That's the maturation of a football team, right? It's like, okay, we figured out how to win, but we didn't really have to make it this difficult. We probably could have cleaned some stuff up and actually won. Like, it was so funny. I'll never forget you posting like the one game where you didn't have to wait till like the last play.
Right. I could just watch us kneel out the clock.
You're like, oh, look what we got here. Look what we have here, man. I think so it's interesting to see. And I just like it for the ACC because as a Hurricane fan and somebody who's always been raised to believe high tide raises all boats.
Yeah.
Hey, if Virginia's good, that makes Miami look better because the conference looks better. You know what I'm saying? I like when SMU wins 8, 9, 10 games. You feel me? Clemson, come on with it. Honestly, a part of me wants Florida State to be better. Like, let's make that game matter.
I love Florida State being good because their kryptonite is a weeknight game in Charlottesville, Virginia. Hey, no, I'm sure you're a Florida State fan because of the name. I am so sorry. I don't know how we do this every time, but it just happens.
Hey, as a Hurricane fan, I don't want no Friday games. That Friday night, it kills us. It doesn't matter. Any Friday night, take it off the schedule.
Oh, I need to ask if you saw something as well.
What's that?
Did you see how Ocho pronounced Raleigh?
Yes. Raleigh?
Raleigh, Florida.
He was like, but it's spelled like. Shannon Sharp just let him be ignorant. You're like, it's not it. That's not it. I love it though, man. Oh, no doubt. One thing no doubt is a hater. And you're right.
When we go to Doak, we don't figure it out. But when it's in Scott Stadium on a weeknight.
He said that and late game field goals at Dolphin Stadium. Yeah. We haven't had no wide lefts or wide rights in Hard Rock.
Man, because I remember my experience growing up in the ACC was, Matt Schaub versus Ronald Curry and Julius Peppers at UNC. Those are probably huge throwback names.
Yeah, for sure.
Up north and then down south, obviously you had the great Hurricane teams, the really good Florida State teams, and then Georgia Tech had Calvin, and NC State had Phillip Rivers. The ACC was a insane conference back then, and I hope that we're getting back to that.
I think so. I mean, even in between those times, right?
Yeah,
you got it's national championships, right? You got Clemson, who was very dominant. Florida State went in and got them a chip. Like we've done well for ourselves. We've had Heisman. You know, Jameis got the Heisman. Lamar Jackson got the Heisman. You know, like so. Deshaun Watson probably should have had a Heisman at one of his 4 years, but
Yeah.
you know, so like the talent's been there. It's just always been one or two teams.
Right. And
You know what I'm
and good
saying?
teams keep on knocking each other out. So maybe now that the conference is bigger, more
Yeah,
like teams avoid each other. Like Virginia and Miami all like both avoided each other throughout the season. And so
yeah.
both had good records.
I don't really like that idea of like, oh, we knock each other out. I mean, they don't allow that in the SEC. Like, you know, it's like, oh, that's a good loss. You
Yeah.
know, like people talk about Miami losing 2 games. They lost 2 games to two 8-4 teams.
That SMU team was really good.
Like
And like Jeff Brom keeps on figuring this thing out at Louisville. Like I have
he
to give them
does.
a ton of credit in
He
how
does.
they've done their transition to the Power Five or Power Four now, but like they've done a really solid job.
Yeah, for sure. This is true, man. But maybe it's my ACC bias. Who knows?
Also, I don't know how you feel about this. Cal joining the conference has been such a nice thing. Like I love dealing with the people that are Cal fans.
Really?
Have you met the Calgorithm yet?
I've not met the Calgorithm, but now I'm gonna make this a clip and add this to the Calgorithm.
The Calgorithm is so Cal is kind of like UVA. It's kind of perceived as a push up the glasses nerdy school. And that game day in Berkeley when Miami came to town,
Yes.
that activated a part of Cal and has kind of turned it into a rabid online football fan base. So like you had dudes at game day holding up signs saying, "I thought this was a protest."
What?
And so like people are like legit excited about Cal football now, which is good because Cal's had some great players over the years.
They have, and they will have a home field advantage with that West Coast trip.
It was a tough trip for us to make.
That is a very man. You going any trip either going from one coast to the other either way is tough.
Yeah,
People need to stop
absolutely.
dogging it on SMU. That program is going to have to be dealt with. Hey man, they're consistently winning 8-9 games right now. So the next step is 10-11, right? Like if they're building
Best team money can buy, baby.
and they can do it now legally. It's crazy now they're not spending as much money. Come on, guys, let's be smart.
The algorithm.
That's the algorithm. Hey, SMU probably feels like F the algorithm.
Probably, yeah.
If anybody's saying F the algorithm, it's SMU. I can't wait to join that part of the internet now, Deuce.
Oh my god, it was incredible. And like so when Virginia beat Virginia Tech, we did not know who we were playing in the ACC championship yet
Oh yeah, that is right.
because the game was still going in Berkeley.
Yeah.
We're on the shuttle buses to go from the stadium to the parking lot because like they had like they needed to expand parking because usually Virginia doesn't have that many people at games. And all of us on the bus had our phones open watching the Cal game because if SMU won, we would have played SMU in the ACC championship. And so we were just like dumbfounded watching SMU throw this game away.
Wow. Hey man, the dudes in the algorithm cut deep.
They pull no punches. I will say that.
That's tough, man. Oh, I can't wait to join the algorithm as a Hurricane fan. Hopefully they don't hurt. I got thick skin. I'm the Kevin Durant of this. Come at me, guys. I'm coming right back at you. Oh, one last thing. I'm gonna get you out of there. Did you sit down at any moment during the Gator Bowl?
Yes.
Okay.
Partially because I couldn't watch at the end of the game. I was literally like in my seat, hands over my eyes, like I can't look, I can't look. And then they snapped the ball. I looked up, and from my vantage point, I had like the worst possible view because all the bodies blocked the ball out of the receiver's hands.
Oh,
So
wow.
I thought he caught it. And I was like, there's no way. Because that was so the quarterback that they played that game
Yeah.
got hit in the head on the second to last snap. So a true freshman's first college snap was a Hail Mary to try and win the game.
And that's the stuff that legends are made out of. And he could have been a legend at you
He
guys.
threw a good ball too. Like, it was not his fault.
Yeah. I was just wondering because I am a habitual stander when my team is playing, especially if it's a meaningful game. So
Oh
I
yeah.
was wondering, like, no doubt, Stanford Twitter cuts deep too. You know
Yeah.
what? I was told, the guys from South Florida Tribune was like, you got to start dealing with Twitter more. I'm definitely about to be more of a Twitter guy, and let me start getting into some of these algorithms, man. Algorithms, and
Absolutely.
yeah, this is gonna be fun, man. Duce, tell everybody where they can find you.
So I am at 434 defense on pretty much all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Also do some stuff here on YouTube. Tony was most recently on the 434 defense. Had a great time talking with him. This spring, we're going to have a ton of awesome content coming out with some of kind of the older generation of UVA players that I was very lucky to meet and kind of grow up looking up to, as well as some of the current UVA players that have just completed this amazing season. So check it out if you have been like, how did UVA do this? I break down the film.
Yes, man. Does a great job breaking down film. If you ever woke up on Sunday mornings at 6, 7 o'clock and turned on ESPN and watched Jaws break down the all 22, you'll like Deuce.
I appreciate it, man.
If you ever want to know why did they run that play on 3rd and 7, you might want to leave a comment. Deuce will have the answer for you.
Yes.
All right. Very knowledgeable. I learn something whenever I see him post. Sometimes I get a good laugh whenever I see him post. Very great content, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. And tell you, like anybody who put content out tells you, like, subscribe, comment. If you like sports and know other people who like sports, share it to them so they can see us and we can grow, man. I appreciate y'all. It's been Talking Game. Peace. Go Canes.
Go Who's.
Hey. Oh, hold on. Whoa. My screen went to sleep twice.